Hello and welcome to your most exciting lifestyle magazine program. That program where we follow the most honorable, beautiful and exciting trajectory of a super eagle. You know the eagle only delves in its own horizon, no bird dares to do so. And that is why the super eagles is that special. And today, boy, do we have a bumper treat for you. You're going to be really excited about this particular one. But we'll be right back and I'll introduce the big dog to you. And my name is Emmanuel Babayaro, and you can call me the Godfather. You will not be mistaken. You want to go? Be right back in a moment.
The Super Eagles is arguably Nigeria's biggest and brightest brand. Most definitely the nation's most uniting factor and image laundering mechanism. And as the name goes, only an elite few men and women are privileged to bear the name. The Eagle Zone chronicles the lifetimes and tales of these icons, heroes and legends. Join us on this journey of epic proportions as they share their lives with you directly from the horse's mouth. The lives of Segun Odegbami,
Samson Siasia,
Celestine Babayaro,
Tijani Babangida.
My name is Emmanuel Babayaro.
And I'm Chichi Umeseaka.
It is a lifestyle.
No, it's a lifestyle.
This is the Eagle Zone.
Welcome again. And just like I just mentioned, we have a bumper package for you today. But of course, I cannot do it all alone. I had to make sure I brought the genie into this one, because only the genie is going to take care of this one. And my co-host is no other person, funny enough, than my own producer, very beautiful, Chichi.
Thank you for having me, Godfather.
Did you hear that? Thank you for having me, Godfather.
Of course. I'm just tagging along.
No, you can never tag along, Chichi. You're my boss. You know what I'm saying? I have to let the world know that you're the boss. Our super eagle today is a very special one. Very, very special one who has achieved everything as far as the game is concerned. And I was opportune to be a tag along in all his life. He's my own brother. Started from the humble streets of Kaduna together on the street, playing street football. From there, he started his club football. I think there should be one club before Ariwa. There's Ariwa Texas Football Club. From there, he went on to play one other club, and then Niger Tornadoes, and then national team, and then Europe, conquering Roda, VV Venlo, Ajax Amsterdam, Vitesse Arnhem, Gengla BG in Turkey. I understand even Saudi Arabia, and the amazing place that I understand that he went to, or he played football in, is China. Because I can't imagine how this particular person can play football in China, but he did anyways. So we're going to hear all that from him himself. Back in the days, the fastest car in Nigeria was named after him. At that time, it was J5. Wow. That's how fast he was. They call him J5. The fans in Lagos, the first time they saw him play football, conquering everything that he has to be conquered. I remember back then, Emmanuel Babayaro was the head of state. And don't forget, Emmanuel Babayaro was called Maradona for a reason. This particular player was nicknamed IBB by fans. They were chanting IBB, wow. IBB, wow. In the National Stadium in Lagos. Our Dutch national team coach, Clemens Westerhoff, used to call him Papa Cheetah. You know, the cheetah is the fastest thing. So he linked his name to the cheetah, how fast the cheetah is. Wow. So he said, Papa Cheetah. You know, please help us in welcoming the one and only Tijani Babangida.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
A drum roll here.
We'll create one. We'll for you. Or maybe we'll bring in an orchestra.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you for inviting me.
Having said that, I think before we'll go ahead, we want to condole with you over what happened to you. Yeah. Even though I'm your brother, obviously, I was there with you all through. but for the essence of the production and the general public, it's important to send our condolence to you, and we can't imagine what pain you're going through, and probably it's also an opportunity maybe for us and the general public to have a little bit of an update, because some of us, even your brothers like myself, we're a little bit concerned, not just for you but also for Madame. I mean, he lost, for those of you who may not know, our brother here had an accident. He lost his younger brother, Ibrahim Babangida, who happened to play with me at the national team. We won the World Cup together in 1993 under 17 Japan together. We've been close friends, like I say, since we were kids. He also lost his son, in that particular accident. And his wife, as we speak, even 1 year after, is undergoing treatment in Holland as we speak. So please accept our condolences.
Thank you.
And maybe, just maybe, before the whole thing can start, if you can just give us a little bit of an update, especially about Madame, or what you're going through, because you've been in Holland.
Yes.
I was able to understand. You know me, I'm family, so I know how you dey waka. So when I found out that you were in town, that's why I caged you. He has this very important appointment, but he can't say no to his own brother.
Yes,
you know?
Yes. Anyway, thank you for having me in your show. And this will be my first time even granting an interview.
Wow.
Talk of television program.
Thank you so much.
I have been having calls, and people, of course, want to know what is happening. They only see me sometimes, but never granted an interview. Anyway, like you said, it's more than a year now that it happens, because it happens last year, May. And from July, we were in Europe, in the Netherlands. We are almost 1 year now, or I can say 1 year in Europe for our treatment. Myself, 90% fine, because I only had an operation in my knee. So I'm still going for my rehab in Holland. And for my wife as well, she is fine, she is good, because after all what had happened with her, if you see the impact and how she is now, recovering very well. With all the technology that they have in Europe, so amazing. That they never rush in their things. They take it, they take their time and do it. I think very soon she will come out. The whole world will see her, and many people will be happy to see her back. They are doing a very great job, I think.
Thank God. Good to hear that. Good to hear that.
Yes,
We're very, very happy for that. And having said that, you know what, the program, this is all about your life as a super eagle. We're trying to follow your trajectory. This particular super eagle, you know, the eagle is the only bird that flies in its own horizon. No other bird does. That is what makes us special as super eagles. And that's why I see sometimes my brothers have this, if you want to call, what mentality do people call it again? Is it ownership mentality?
Okay.
What mentality do they call it again?
Is it the entitlements?
And yes, the entitlement mentality, because we are special breed, right? You know, we fly on our own horizon, so nothing people should take responsibility and things like that. So we're following that trajectory. So we would like to know more about your life from the start, football life from the start, how it all started, the follow-us with the trajectory of the teams, the clubs you played for, and how you got into the national team. From the national team, how you found yourself in Europe, and the situations different. Just carry us. I hope you know why I brought my co-anchor. So as to get the best of you, my man. You know what I mean?
Well, thank God that if I want to talk about my youth, you are part of it. Like you said, we started all back then when we are very, very young, of 11, 12 years.
Wow.
Yes, or even less than that. And he was a very good keeper, and I was a striker, not playing from the right side, and I'm more killer then than now, I believe, because whenever we played, I'm the one who's scoring 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in one game.
Against him,
no, we hardly play. We hardly play
I'll
against
tell you
them.
one incident. I made him cry.
We hardly play with them.
But their club always beats us, though. I have to be honest about it, because Their club was loaded.
But I know really, even when I know Ima was keeping at that time, I know that he will go high because he was in our youth period. He was one of the best in the youth, and everybody knows. Everybody wants to have him, but because he had a coach that he admire and they are always together, that he never leave. Whether is one good with me, he never also leave that team. He stay all his life. Anyway. I played until when I wanted to come off as a top footballer, where I wanted to join a better club, not the academies level. And I was lucky. Then I went to Fertilizer. Many people didn't know that I went to Fertilizer just to. They are playing in the league, in the state league, because there are state leagues, and at that time, in states you have state league 3, 2, and 1.
Okay.
So you can always have your own level. You can go to the level 3. It depends on your quality, how you play. And I started with the level 2, which they are playing here in Nigeria, in Kaduna.
Kaduna. Okay.
You know, before, football and clubs are owned by companies and factories. You know, big factories. Yes, not individuals, not government like now. I remember back then in Kaduna, we have Arewa Textile when they are working. You have KTL, you have Fertilizer, you name them.
And they play as well.
There's Krital Hope.
Structure.
Yes, Krital Hope, even till now, Krital Hopes are there. Wow. While Arewa Textile have gone, but when you go to Kaduna, you see Krital Hope and all these companies are there. Wow. These are the ones that they spend a lot of money and they make a team. And if you see the team they are making, the team that are at the level of the Premier League in Nigeria today, and most of the players who play before play through these channels to reach where they are. Now you find that there are less clubs that play in the competition, but millions of academies, and then they just do it from the academy. So it's completely different generation during our time than here. So I was in Fertilizer when we started, and I believe I joined the team just before the league even started. Okay. I had to leave the team because another team just find me perfectly, so they have to take me away from Fertilizer, which are Arewa Textile. They came in to play a friendly just pre-season game before they start the league, and they Arewa Textile, they are playing in the first league, and they always go far in the FA Cup when they play in the Challenge Cup and so on. And we played the friendly, and they saw me. They say, and I didn't even complete my signing with Fertilizer. I had to have a transfer again to move down to Arewa, where at that time they are paying. They are paying much better than the other team because textile at that time is booming. They have money. They are doing a good football shoes. They will give you 2 football shoes. They will give you these. They will give us transport allowance. We will eat in their factory. We have money. So it's something else that encourages us. You can see how we started to get encouraged to play football. And I played a season in Arewa where we won the state league. We won the state league because at that time when you win the state league, then you are going to represent the state to go into the national to go to national level 3. That is what they call it Division 3 at that time. There is Division 3, Division 2, and then Division 1. Like now the Premier, the NNL, the NLO. That is how it is. So when I qualified then at that time to go with them to play in the NLO, to qualify to the NLO at that time, there was this competition that is going on. They call it, it's not happening now, but that competition is the highest that the youth always are happy to participate in it. They call it this Emmanuel Babayaro Cup. Okay. This Emmanuel Babayaro Cup, they do it all over the federation. They zone it. Every zone will come out. The semis and the final, they always play it in Lagos. And then the winners and the semi-final and the final is being shown. They televise it live on TV. So at that time, we always sit and watch. And then we said, wow, we hope that one day they will show us on TV. Because you want to see, it's not like now that you have cameras or phones that you go and snap yourself when you are playing football. At that time, we don't have all these things. So you are only be privileged to see that you have a camera shooting you and your family are home watching you. Wow, then that
that's
is something.
Like you've gotten to the peak.
Yes, and then we are so happy with that. And I didn't join the team from the beginning until when they are in the semi-finals.
Okay.
And Kaduna, they bring me that I'm the top scorer in the state league. And I have to join this competition because the competition is also representing Kaduna team state. So why I'm not in the team? I remember I have Daniel Amokachi in that team. That was Heyman and few players also, which they didn't make it to the highest. Stephen Musa played in that blessed memory. Stephen Musa was in that team. I think those are the only players that I say that they make it to the top also. And we went to that competition in Lagos. That is when I started to bring myself to limelight, when people started to know me. We played against Kano. I remember I scored in that match also. We won 1-0. We went to the final with Borno. Their governor was present. I also scored in that match, and we won the Mano Adebayo Cup. That was the year that Ranchers Bees at that time won the Wafu Cup, and then they were celebrated by then the state governor. At that time, the state governor gave us one small, I think 15 inches, one small TV like this. We were so proud. We don't have TV.
Individually?
Yes.
Wow.
Individually.
Listen, what this thing he said is very related, because back then, even the clubs he was telling you, I think even the Army Watek and I think NMPC and other, when you sign for them, there's a particular consignment, I think a trailer load of textiles or whatever, that they give each player every month. You go and sell and make your money also from there, apart from the salaries they pay. Things were very exciting then.
Very exciting. So they just gave me a small TV of 15 inches, just not as big as this, like this. And I was so happy that I took it home. Was a color TV. And
your parents must have been very proud of it.
Yeah, they're proud. Of course, my dad had a TV, but at least with that TV, I can put my room, my wardroom. And I was so happy I have my TV at that time. And that was when clubs are coming. And Amokachi was invited to come to Ranchers. And I was also invited to come to Ranchers. But due to one or two things, I opted out from Ranchers. I didn't go. I remember they even gave me a license to sign for the Wafu Cup. Set a license. I did sign that, and they asked me to go and make a picture. It was from there. Then I dropped out and I joined Niger Tornadoes. I just left Kaduna State. That's how my journey started, leaving Kaduna up till now. That you see that I never can stay normally in Kaduna, and I found myself in Niger State, where I played for 2 seasons. And Niger Tornadoes, of course, they are played in the second league at that time. That is the Pro League. We know them always Pro League and the Premier League, and that's how they are even till today.
Yeah, right.
They never win the Premier League, but they are always in and out. When they come in, they are in the second league. They are bigger than the second league. When they come to the first league, they are not as big. In the first league, they will come back again. Now they are trying to stay in between. Now they stabilize in the first league. So it was then that I started playing with Tornadoes in and out. And I have a dream when I was young, of course. How can I, when I see them Rashidi Yekini, even though we played together with him back then in Kaduna State, I see Stephen Keshi and all Dahiru Sadi and all these top players playing. And when the national team are playing, you sit on the TV and watch and see, wow, when can I be in that shirt too? When can I make that name too? You see, if you look at our generation back then, I'm not thinking of when I'm going to buy a plane or when I'm going to buy this house. No, I'm only trying to see when I can be able to make a name that when I come out, not only in Kaduna, in Enugu, when I pass, people will say, that's Tijani. When I go to Calabar, they will say, that's Tijani. So that's my dream. I say, can Nigeria knows me with something that I do?
Something that is
worth it. And then I look at the industry where I am, the footballers, where we are all. I see we are more than thousands. I say, now how can you make name in these thousands? Also, that's also a challenge. So those are the things that come up in my mind and brain. And when I started in Mina, I become their darling player. That when I come out, everybody knows about me. My dreams started coming true. And whenever I come into the pitch, I make them happy. They chanted my name and so on. After one season, I was thinking to go higher, but nothing comes up. I was saying, am I going to make it? I don't know. The second year came in, and at the same thing, nothing really happened until that year I lost my mom. Surprisingly, I came home to Kaduna, and after 1 week, I have to go back to Niger after the burial of my mother and all the condolences happened. So I went there. The first training, I came into the training, and our coach, because always the coach speaks in the morning before we go into the training, he was talking that they are welcoming me back after what had happened with me, their condolence and so on. And also he want to tell the group that one of us has been invited to the national under 23 team. I swear to Almighty God, I never can put it. It has to be me. I never think I deserve it even at that time. And boom, he said, Tijani is invited to the under 23 national team. I said, what? The people are clapping and then calling me Okada, J5. I was saying, okay, now I have to come and bring myself up now.
Sure.
First of all, in that team, those are the team that went to
Scotland 89.
Yeah. And won the cup. And most of these players that played are in the first league of Nigeria.
Yes.
Some are shooting stars, some are instructionalists,
so you feel like
some are in beggar. Of course, I'm not into their level, but I always have the belief that what they do, I can do it.
Absolutely.
But they have the chance before me. Now I have to go into this team and start doing with these people. I say, whoa, okay. So when you have to go into a war as a general, you have to prepare your army. I started preparing myself, thinking how I'm going to go and show it up there. But luckily for me, the coach was my coach, and I was the second coach of the coach that took me to Manu Adebayo Cup. So you see that time in Nigeria, in the national team, they call you only on merit.
So it's not man, no man.
No, on merit. Because you see this coach that coaches me, blessed memory, they call him Coach Lulu. I was very young and so tiny and small. When you see me at that time, players, you see him, I was a big boy. Okay, all the players at that time are big, but I'm always the smallest inside because of my body. Even with my age, I'm so small and tiny. So when I come to that team, he never believed in me because he see me, who is this boy coming? From the beginning, when he made that team, I was invited, but he never used me, so I left the team. Then I came back into the second when they reached the semi-final. So it was after I came in, I played that semi-final and final. Now he believed, wow, this is a player. So when they invited him now to be the second coach of John Peters in the under 23, now he come in and they're having issues in that position. Now he tells James Peter, listen, I know a player who
That was when they now sent for you.
Yes. Then James Peter said, but I don't know the boy. He said, yes, I know him in Kaduna. He do this. He's playing in Tornadoes. So that is how the invitation now goes straight to me now, that I should report to the camp for screening.
Wow.
All the players that I invited are already have their shed because these players they are just coming from the under 17 to under 23. It was from under 23 that you are going to the Super Eagles, to the first team. All of them, they have played better football. They play in the World Cup. They have played in the Premier League. They have money more than me. They have name more than me. They have almost everything. So all I have is my pride and what I can be able to achieve in life in football. I joined the team and we started. And I was getting full support from James Peter because if he didn't support me at that time, I may not be able to make it. But he supported me with whatever I do. He knows what I can do. He knows my ability. And he uses that and encourage me to go and do it. And I get the courage to do it. Yeah. That after some time, the players themselves started talking about me. That wow, this boy he can play. Even he can play better than the one that is there. Or issues is coming, and I was lucky, very lucky. So now my dream is there that I want to show Nigeria because now when the Super Eagles or under 23 are playing, the country is standstill, completely standstill. Okay, it's not like now that some people don't even know that the under 23 are playing.
Very true.
But before, when
Yes,
such games are coming,
yes.
everybody, even your parent that you have, that I didn't even go by because I don't think we have all that time, that I have issues with them when I started playing.
I'm going to ask that question.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dad, he wants all of us to be in school, of course. You know how it is. All my senior sisters are all graduates, and he liked me to be a lawyer. He liked me to be, you know, and me, I have my own dream that I want to follow, but it's very difficult with an old man that don't believe in sport at that time. That sport brings nothing at that time. Only losers play sport. They said only losers play football, because you can see those ones that play don't have the money. At the end of the day, when they finish, they become just like a beggars on the street. My father said, no, you're not going to be this. You have to be that. I want you to... I said, okay, no problem. I was playing. I went to mean I was this. After I graduated from the college, I applied and I get admission at Kaduna Poly.
To study what?
To study business admin.
Okay.
And I went in for registration. When the chance come for me to go to Tornadoes,
You disappeared.
so now, how can I tell my dad I'm going to Mina? I faked something because I went. Only my mom, she knows about this, because she supported me, really.
Wow, fantastic.
Yes. And I told her that, listen, Tornadoes have asked me to come and they have a lot of money. She said, really? I said, yes. She
The
said,
women
okay.
love money.
No, but I feel like we want to encourage our children.
Yes. And she told me that I should support her also in her business. I said, no problem.
Now I
I'll
agree
give
with
you
you.
money for business. There you can go. I tell her, no problem, ma. So I drove in to go to Mina. And after just one training, they took me on their neck, the supporters, after one game. After just one training. Because when I went, the officials, they know that I can be able to play. They call me and then call the coaches that this is the license that this boy is going to sign. And I swear to Almighty God, the coaches, they look at me, they say, Kai,
It's too small.
this boy is too small. Can you let him train tonight, this evening, so we see him? And my plan is I just come to sign and take a cab back to Kaduna. And could you believe at that time in Mina, in Niger State, in all those areas, cars are leaving. If it's after 12 o'clock, there's no car again that is coming. You have to wait tomorrow for some. Yes, but you can go to Abuja or wherever you want to go. But to get a direct cab to Kano, when those cabs that leave in the morning finish, then you have to wait for the next day. And it was already 1 o'clock when I was in the office.
Wow.
They tell me, listen, you cannot go back to Kaduna now, because all the cars that are going, the transport that are going to Kaduna are gone. You have to tomorrow. So instead of you to just stay, why can't you just go and train with them? I said, no, I don't have a shoe. The guy, blessed memory, YK, he said, I have a shoe, your size. I said, damn. Yes, that I have to. Because they don't believe. They don't believe that I have to have a shoe. I said, okay. I didn't know that they went in and organized the first and the second team to play. And they went in and bring one guy who is always kicking. He's very hard in kicking. You know, if coaches want to take you out, they know how they will do it. And I came into the stadium, they put us, all the players that come in for the screening are in this side. And then he bring his team to the other side.
Wow.
Yes. I say, okay. They started the game. I was lucky, one of the guys, Abel. He's very good. That boy can pass ball. And immediately I talked with him, this is how I want him. He realized that's how he can also pass the screening when they see him making this kind of passes. Because if you're a good player, you cannot even make the last passes from you, then you are nothing.
Sure.
Then he find out now when he release the ball, I will take it in. So now it happens that he has to give me the ball. And I just keep on beating that guy, and the whole crowd, they know him, how dangerous he is. And I'm beating him and turning him like a small boy, and the whole crowd were shouting my name.
Wow.
That they had to shout me. So the coaches were a big surprise when they see exactly what happened. They say, wow. So the secretary, Umar, is still alive. And then now he was telling them, you see what I told you? I went and watched this guy play, and I bring him, and you guys are telling me stories. They say, okay, now we agreed. So that is how I left. I signed in Mina and left. So now, if I take you back to my mom, I have to go back to Mina after that training. Now I went to her, I tell her, listen, they want to pay me money. And at that time, do you know that even my sister that graduated from the university, at that time when you finish university, there is job for you. There is job, even there is car they give, was it ladder, or they even give you when you finish university, there's a car. They give you, the government give you car. If you want a house, they will give you, give you, at that age, you have all those things. And I tell my mom, yes, you don't know that these people, they want to pay me 500. She said, what? 500 naira?
There's a lot of money there.
Of course. My sister was earning nothing less than 350. That is the highest you can have. 300, 350. The other ones are having 250. That time naira is very strong.
Yes.
Huh? And that is when I move. And my mom say, okay, go and tell your dad. I say, what can I tell him? Tell him that you are going, they offer you a university, but you are going to do the university and play the football. He will agree with that.
Wow.
So
that's a wise woman.
Yes.
That's a wise woman.
I say, okay, you can tell him. Say, no, you will tell him. But I was so scared of him. I say, okay. I went to him. I started telling him, listen, I have a university offer. He said, okay. Where? I said, in Mina. He said, okay. And there's a football club there. They want to even sponsor everything. And also, I'll play football. They also pay me. He said, okay, that's nice. You can go. That is how I left the house and started a new life of football. And I was playing there. I came in late, so the next admission is next year, and they are working on it. But by the time that I'm having money, coming and supporting my house,
nobody asks about it.
Yes, so he find out that he's aging, and I come up, and I'm the one. Even the ones that are in school cannot even support him the way that I can. So he become proud and saying, okay, is this football going to be like this, And so that's how I make it. And now back into the national team, I had to cut it otherwise because I will not go into details.
Yes.
I just played there we have a qualification to have against Cote d'Ivoire. After that qualification is All African Games in Cairo, 91. And we went in Cairo. We played a game in Cairo. After the game in Cairo, I was introduced the last 15 minutes. I played so bad. Yeah. I always remember that game.
Wow.
I was my first international game with the youth.
Were you scared?
I was jittering.
Oh.
You are jittering, you are yourself. But you came in second half while the game has a tempo.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to come into that, you have to be experienced player to be able to catch up to the game.
Wow.
I couldn't. After the first game, the coach was preparing me for the return leg to start. I said, did I did well in that game that this man want to use me in the first game? And in Lagos, do you know when they said that you are going to play a national team player, you are going to play in Lagos, it's like, wow. I cannot even explain to you how it is. The anxiety, the crowd,
yes.
the nation, everybody is watching. And we just play draw there. And I have to start. Okay. I made my mind, okay, this is the time that I can be able to make it. And blessed memory, I believe that Abiola was the guest of honor in that match. I think I still have the picture when he was shaking me. That's the first time I met Abiola. But funny enough, on that game, a day to that game, normally James Peter always give free a day to the game. One day before that game, I fall sick.
Wow.
Very sick. I think I have my roommate at that time in Kasalisu is the only guy who knows that malaria has bring me down. I cannot eat because if I eat, I don't have the taste completely out. I can only drink water, I vomit.
Wow.
Salisu said I should tell the coach. I say no. He trained me and he want me to be in this match. Now if I said to him, I'm sick, I'm out.
Are you disappointed?
Yes.
I'm disappointed. I say no, I have to hold it. Wow. When we go to the restaurant, everybody will be eating. I will just take some food and then try to eat. I won't eat anything. I will leave it. And then we just fake it and tell the doctor that he should just give me something small, that I'm not feeling okay, but nothing, not to tell. He said, okay, no problem. He just giving me. The next day I was more weak.
Wow, because you're not eating.
Yes, I wasn't eating. Damn, look at how I'm licking, so tiny.
Very tiny.
Wow.
I came into that match sick, too sick.
Wow.
Too sick. But I just feel myself that I had to just come. I had to fight with my. Maybe this is the chance that I have to show myself in this country. This is the time that I had to show myself to play this football. Only my roommate knows about this till today. He's alive. You can always testify about this. And we get into this game, and I did all I can. I think I even scored the first goal and gave assist for the second goal. I did fantastic. That Lagos, that was the first day that Lagos knows about my name, really, because the whole nation were watching, and that was the day my dad was watching on TV. Then he can be able to see what is football is all about. And the whole street, everybody were shouting about my name, and he was passing, and they were saying, that's Babangida, that's the father of Tijani. You know, he was saying, oh, that's how football is. And after the game, I was really admitted in hospital. It was the next day. Yes. The next day in the night, we want to go for partying. I tell my boys I can't go for party. They left me and went for party. The second morning, the second day, around 11 o'clock, I just fell down from my bed, because you play the game, you lost a lot of things. So I crawled to the door, and I opened the door, and there was a lady who was cleaning, and I was shouting for her, calling her. She rushed to me and went straight to James Peter. He's alive, he can tell you this. And then she rose to Peter. He came in up running with people, and they take me, put me in the car, lay me behind the car, and took me to the hospital. The next day, the minister came in, and it's a story that I was admitted after all this, and people are saying, you see, they're killing him in Lagos. He went and played match. They want to do for him, but they didn't know about the story, about how I make my name, in how the name started, how you have, that courage. Try to see that you don't lose that chance. Maybe if I didn't play that much, I may not come
You will
through.
be here.
Yeah, because that match I will never forget. I watched it too. The fans were shouting IBB.
Yes.
IBB. Because there is Babangida. Even though he's Tijani Babangida, as far as they're concerned, there is Babangida, and IBB was ringing at the time. So the fans were IBB. Wow. Hey, IBB.
Wow. IBB was very happy with that.
Yes, even IBB. Yes.
When we went to Cairo, I want to take you and then come back. When we went to Cairo, our opening match was against Egypt in Islamia, one city like that. And Mubarak, blessed memory, was the guest of honor in that match. We beat Egypt. I scored the first goal.
Wow.
Amunike scored the second goal. Those are things that before we go to that tournament, now the whole Africa are knowing us, not only Nigeria. So after the game, years back, I met IBB, and I always go to Mina to greet him. He's my kind of a godfather. I went to Mina, and then he was telling me, do you know that one time I was together with Mubarak, and then Mubarak said, yeah, I watched play a game, Nigeria, one fast player, Babangida, you are family? He said, yes, you are family. He tell me, I tell him, our house is just one door, and then my house.
He claimed you?
Yes. And I told me this. He told me, say, I can't tell him that we are not family. And then, but I did tell him, but that is so funny. I'm so happy that IBB was so proud even to claim me on that thing, I was very happy with that. And that is how we qualified Nigeria to go to all African games. And now, the point is, at that time, players that are going to Europe, I think, in 100, you can say only 5% at that time, because that Europe is not the mecca of African players at that time. That was Peter Rufai of
it takes a lot for a player to
and then Stephen Keshi was in Europe, Dahiru Sadi was in Europe, Sia, all those players at that time, not much, maybe 6-7 players are in Europe.
In total in Nigeria?
Yes. Yeah. 10, not more than 10. Sia, 18, Esin, you can count them with your hands.
Yeah.
And then that was the time that I never dreamed of being a professional player. I want to. How can I? I don't have a family member that I can visit and can put me in a team there. So it's all a dream for boy. Yes. And then I was lucky. After we qualified, we are going to Cairo 91 to Egypt. And then Nigeria said, okay, this team, we want this team to go for preparation in Holland. 2 weeks preparation. So that from there we go direct to the competition. So lucky, I say, wow, I'm finding myself into Europe.
Exactly. The dream is working.
The dream is working. God has put in things in line for me, so I was very happy. And I put it in mind that if I go to this Europe, any match I play, with any team they play, they must know who I am because I'm going to give myself all out.
Wow.
I'm going to do whatever I can. So you can see, coach didn't tell me, listen, we have to win this match. You have to. I'm doing it on my own. No.
Exactly.
I'm doing it. Amunike is there with his big heart as well. And all the team. And when we went there, I can assure you, in the first match I played, I'm everywhere. And that was when my teammate at that time in Cairo, that they are calling me Solo. So if you go and look at at my team of Olympic of 23, they nicknamed me Solo because I take the ball from back and dribble everybody.
Wow.
All the white, I dribble them till there and give the ball, and they call me Solo. Not knowing to me that when I was playing that, already a president of a club is watching me, have an eye on that.
Wow.
And he picked me and Amunike and said, wow, these players. But at that time, he can only pick me because in the position they are looking at is the right side. So he went in and discussed with Westerhoff, and that's how the deal started going. I remember...
That's a president in an European...
No, president of a club.
Of a club.
That is Roda Yese.
Roda.
He's the president of Roda Yese, sponsor of Roda Yese. He's a rich man. And now he went in and discussed with Westerhoff that he wants this player. And that is me. Without even screening and anything, he already gave him a contract to give me to sign. I remember that, you are taking me really, really back.
Memory lane?
Yes. I remember that Peters always had issues with Westerhoff.
Westerhoff, yes, even during my time.
Yes.
Yeah, always.
Okay. Now he tell NFF that he don't want interference from any coach, even the national coach. He can watch. He allowed to come and watch, but he cannot interfere in his team. So now Westerhoff has to get to me. How can he get to me? Now he went in and get a sponsor shoes for the players. He went in and bring shoes. Then he come and tell John Peter he have shoes that he has to give the players in his room. So every player should come and take shoes. We all have to come to them. I remember I was the first person to run into Westerhoff's room to collect my shoes. He said, what size are you? I tell him 40, size 40. He said, okay. 40, 41. He said, okay. And then he started giving everybody. And I was sitting, he didn't give me a shoe. Everybody, he said, if I give you shoe, you have to go out.
And you were wondering, okay, why am I sitting here?
Yes. and he's been giving everybody shoe, everybody is going out, at the end of the day, everybody is left. When the last person, second to the last, because I'm the last, when the second person is leaving, Westerhoff follow him. When he go out, he lock the door.
Wow. That's when you knew something was...
I never knew. I never have the thinking that I'm going to Europe, because at that time, it's not like now. You're not going nowhere. He came in and he sat. He said, Babangida, like the way he called me. Do you want to play in Europe? It's like I want to fall down, you know? I said, what? You want to play in Europe? I said, yes. He said, okay, there's this team. They have been watching you and they finalized that they want to take you. I said, what? They want to take me. In all this, our under 23 team, I'm the first player that I have this an offer. But you must not tell anybody. I said, okay. Okay. He brings a paper immediately. It's a contract. He said, this is a contract. You sign for it. I said, okay. I signed this paper, even without checking it. No, of course you are young. What you think you want to do? You want to go and play football in Europe. I signed. And he tell me, okay, I will see you in Nigeria. Don't tell the coach. Don't tell anybody. and take your shoe and leave. But they are coming tomorrow again in your last match. They are going to watch your last match. But whether you do it good or bad, they already made up their mind. They know what you can do, so you can go. I said, okay, thank you. He left. I went to the room. I was shaking. And I wake my roommate. I tell him, do you know what happened? I said, I'm not telling anybody. You should not tell. He said, yes.
But they said, don't tell anybody.
There is no phone to take and call my mom or my dad to tell
But you
them.
needed to like, you needed to tell someone.
Yeah, you need to get it out.
I said, there's a club in Europe. You say, what? I said, yes, in Europe. Then I tell you, no players are coming. Yes, coming. You want to go to? Yes. You want to stop? I said, okay, yes, okay. But don't tell anybody. He said, okay, no problem. And with all the anxiety, I cannot tell nobody. No telephone to call my parents to tell, or my brothers to tell them this good news, but I just keep it that way. And we came back we didn't come back to Nigeria. From there, we went straight to Cairo to play the competition. So who are the top shots in the Nigerian under-23 is me and Emmanuel Amunike. Amunike was doing hot in this. And we started the game. Like I bring you back, I'm bringing you again.
Yeah.
We play against Egypt. I scored the first game. Bam, I scored. And we won Egypt, which Egypt at the end of the day came in and won the competition.
Yeah.
And we went into the other games and I was perfect. I was too hot. And Africans already know who I am at that time. They know who Amunike is and the team as well. Unfortunately for us, we lost against Cameroon or Ghana in the semis. And we even lost a penalty, missed a penalty at that time. We lost with 1-0. We are out. We play Zimbabwe in the third place. I think I scored 3 goals in that third place match. Very beautiful. And before the end of that competition, I remember, again come our coach then at that time, James Peters, because all the club can go through the coaches. And Zamalek were inviting us to go to Zamalek office. I said, okay. But I know I don't have interest. Why?
You already have.
Because I said, if I go to Zamalek, my end point already is Europe.
Exactly.
And Zamalek is in
Zamalek is Egypt. I said, if I go to Egypt, I had to perform well. If I didn't perform, then I'm coming back to Nigeria.
Sure.
But if I'm in Europe, I'm already there.
Sure.
So why am I coming to Zamalek? I said, okay, let me go and hear what they're saying. And we followed, we went there and met the president. They were very impressed because in that competition, it's me and Amunike. They said they will sign the both of us. And they have given us even an agreement paper to sign. I don't really remember, which I did sign.
You signed again?
Yes.
Yeah. Children are
I
those
did
days.
sign.
Yeah.
I signed and they gave me at that time, I can't remember, maybe $2,000. It's a big amount of money. If you are earning 500 and then you come, but even at that time, Nigeria is bigger, almost bigger than dollar.
Yeah.
We are so strong. At, I think when I went to Europe was 11 to a naira.
Wow.
You can see,
Wow.
11 naira to a naira, to a dollar.
Dollar.
Yeah, so even you have dollar, it's nothing. It's not a big money.